Chaz coming up next. Right after this. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Williamson. Ivey is out there with Green, and it's Smith, and it's Cameron in its center. Glancing at the players on these rosters, Doris, we see some elite guards on both teams.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the nice thing is these guards are both playmakers and scorers, and the teams rely heavily on their productivity.
6 on the shot clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. Man, you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Booker against Green. Smith outside. Pass to Williamson. There's the three. Washington with the rebound. This their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
The three from KD. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
It doesn't matter the zip code. Kevin Durant, when he steps over the half-court line, is in his trigger range. My goodness.
Now here's Williamson. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Booker kicks to Durant. They set the pick. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And a chance here to check out some stats for Jaden Ivey. Here's Green. Smith against Edey. Pass to Williamson from downtown. And the dunk by Smith.
A smart play by Smith. Using that build to get in there and just fight for the rebound and the finish.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Earlier, I spoke with Brian Keefe. In terms of his team's scouting report, Zion Williamson is at the top of it. He raved about Zion's blend of skill and strength, telling me, I don't think there's a stronger guy in our league. Plus, he can put it on the deck and finish at an elite level. Zion is like a freight train coming right down the lane. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. Washington leading now by 3. Durant kicks to Jackson. Jackson with the screen. On the wing, Booker. Pass to Jackson. 5 on the clock. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here's Ivey. Guarded closely.
Wizards foul. Number 13. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Ivey. Scoreless thus far.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Second team foul.
Green against Booker. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Cameron. And that one is hammered home.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
KD passes to Booker. Over Williamson. Misses off the left iron. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. Down low. And Jackson throws it down hard.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Look at Jalen Green. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's averaging 28 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And most important of all is his passing. He's a terrific distributor in their offense.
But certainly one of his best attributes, creating offense even when it looks like there's nothing there.
Williamson outside. They kick it out to Green. Nailed from three-point land.
If Green gets any space out there, he's lethal.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Take a look at the Wizards. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far.
And when I look at Washington, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
That one falls. Jackson's got 6.
Boy, in pick-and-roll situations, Kevin Durant has every pass. The lob, the pocket pass, so pretty.
Green bounce pass. Ivy on the wing. Here's Cameron. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Yeah, big-time height advantage there, and then he does not mess around. Good recognition to take it right at him.
Durant feeling it out a bit. Here's Edey. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Cameron, the pass to Williamson. Smith with a screen on KD. Takes a step back. Williamson kicks to Green. Shot clock at 5. Over Booker. And it's Green. Missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Booker puts up a deep 3. And so the first quarter is in the books. Wizards lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Ivy. Smith is out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's Devin Vassell. Now here's Vassell. Here's Terminenko. Cans the shot with nobody near him. You know, DB, I heard some NBA officials talking about having a feel for the game and them drawing a line between playing aggressive and playing rough. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Kev, this is so fascinating to me because we've seen a reversion back to a little bit more of a physical game. But without some definitive guidelines, it makes the officials' job harder.
Here's Williamson following the score by Jakob Poeltl. Booker against Vassell. Smith the pass to Williamson. The Jazz working the ball around now. They get it back, and Smith with the stuff.
And with his length, Smith can have a huge impact on the boards. He's got sneaky hops, and he's got great quicks off the bounce there to help on those follow-ups.
Over to the wing. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the ring.
Here's Ivy, and again it's Utah.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
Poeltl with a screen on Vassell. Booker the pass to Poeltl, and the dunk by Poeltl.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Devin Vassell.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Now, here's Terminenko. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Green left side. Pass to Vassell. There's Williamson with the three. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. How about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball? Now, here's Moody. Shoots. Again, the Wizards score.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Jazz trail by 6. Williamson with a screen for Vassell. To the wing right side. Pass to Green. And here is Terminenko. Williamson from long range. Rebounded by Jackson.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Pirtle with a screen on Williamson. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got the lead up to 8 now for Washington.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
2 minutes.
Here's Booker. Booker gets through the contact and puts it in.
Yeah, the thing about Booker, not necessarily the quickest twitch athlete. He uses that smooth handle to gain separation.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
Hey guys, well the game is going global. Players Association President and sharpshooter C.J. McCollum said, with all the NBA players who weren't born in the United States, we're attracting fans from those places and it's going to make our game better. And that's what we want at the end of the day. Back to you.
Crossing over the borders. Allie, we thank you very much. Moody. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 12-point Wizards lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Jazz call time here. And now let's find out which teams excelled from the free throw line in the season's second half. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
They are really dialed in at the line, especially since the break. I mean, really shooting an impressive percentage from the line.
.109 left now here in the second. Pass to Williamson. 6 to shoot, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Tuesday, they're off to Miami to face off with the Heat.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Portis a screen on Green. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's Cameron. That one's off, still out of sync.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And the first half is now in the books. It's the Wizards. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, round of applause for our participant.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus. We're going to have to keep a tally of the predictions by you two. And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Washington Wizards.
They've made it fun to watch. Some of the best players in the world doing what they do best, Ernie.
Yeah, when everything clicks, it can be the most beautiful game on earth. 5 guys with one mission. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Johnson is out there with Edey. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Durant. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. Pass to Edey. The Wizards working the ball around now. Jackson setting the pick here for KD. And he connects with the jumper. KD's got the lead up to 12 now for Washington.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Williamson finds Smith. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but, boy, he sure muscled that one in.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job. A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
Outside Jackson. Pass to KD. Inside. Here's Edey. The rebound by the Jazz. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Ivy with the bucket.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. We've got a chance now to see how the starters and the bench match up scoring-wise tonight for the Jazz. Booker against Green. Outside for Jackson. Back to Booker. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, we know this guy is always a threat offensively. You can't lose sight of him.
The Wizards shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
At the line for the Wizards, number 13, shooting one.
And with NBA defenses more spread out than ever, Doris, teams are getting more aggressive, looking for offensive rebounds.
They are, Kevin, because it can be a valuable asset to get extra possessions. You're winning on the margins if you do that. And let's remember, certain guys just have a knack for getting offensive rebounds, so why not let those guys work?
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Jackson, a screen on Green. Oh, good on that one. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Launches it. The Wizards with another miss. Jazz trail by 10. Smith, the pass to Cameron. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 6.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Pass to Edey. The Wizards working the ball around now. Edey with a screen for Durant. And he gets the bucket. Durant's got 10.
AD's shot selection is always on point. You want to concede the mid-range, he's more than willing to take it.
Utah calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is, and every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Smith. There's Green with the 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Well, how about Devin Booker completely locked in and finishing through contact? That's nice.
Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any two-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it. But what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
Portis is checked in for Jaren Jackson.
Boy, as fantastic as Devin Booker's offensive arsenal is, to me, the best part, his competitive edge and toughness, it sets him apart nightly.
Now, here's Ivy. And they call an illegal screen here.
And now, a look at Jabari Smith. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. He's averaging 14 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
It's good. He has 5.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Now, here's Ivy. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. And it's 6 points for Jaden Ivey. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Guys, back to you.
Truly the love for the game. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. Utah with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Washington. Clock is at 3. Shots good by Green.
And guys, getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Out to the right wing. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Boy, what a quarter he's had. Go ahead, young sir. Keep the pressure on.
To the paint, stolen by Durant. And here we go. Washington fast break. And then Durant with the dunk.
And Kevin Durant just lighting up the stat sheet right now. He's in a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Jazz trail by 18. Smith outside. Back to Ivy. Pass to Dermonenko. Rebounded by the Wizards. On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on an 18-7 run. To the middle, Portis kicks to Durant. From deep three-point territory. Offensive rebound, Pirtle. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Pirtle's got 8 points. And so it's the Washington Wizards closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Washington leading now by 20. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Jaden Ivey is out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Zion Williamson. Then it's Smith. And it's Cameron in at the 5 spot. Jackson's gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight. To the inside. And stolen by Booker. Down low. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Edey with the rebound. Green with the block.
A wiry guard, Green's length can sneak up on you. Might have just surprised the shooter.
Ivy with the bucket.
Ivy. Assisted by...
You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
3-on-3, spins. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Wizards?
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And they have their chances, 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Pass to Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, this is about unselfishness. Kevin Durant is a great scorer, but right now he's getting his teammates cooking.
Now Ivy. Williamson looking it over. Smith dishes to Williamson. The Jazz working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ivy. It's blocked. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Utah substitution. Number 41.
And the Wizards with possession. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. 3-pointer. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Dermonenko. Floats it up for Williamson. And no good that time.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Booker kicks to Jackson. And for lottery-bound teams, Doris, toward the tail end of the regular season, not much incentive to win.
Right. The thought process for teams in this position is about which draft selection am I going to get? Where am I going to be positioned in the lottery? Quite often, Kevin, any player that's had too much success on a roster like this has been moved away from the team. They've either traded them or cut them.
Clock at 4. Here's Ivy. They get it again. The shot, no good. And it's Washington's ball. They've outscored him 16 points to 2, not slowing down. Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now, here's Ivy. Back to Smith. Pass to Williamson. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by KD.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Wizards.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for KD.
This guy's vision was on point all night. He kept everyone involved.
Pass to Edey. Now here's Booker, guarded by Green. Green against Booker. Great D that time from Green.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And now, our player of the game, Kevin Durant.